Okay, well, hello, welcome to part 9 of Pixels Plays Mass Effect 2. At this rate, there's a chance I might have to just on Thursday, depending on my overall situation in terms of like bills and things, um, that I might end up getting the Mass Effect free DLC just to prepare for that eventuality. Because, oh, here's Yukiko. You can probably hear, at least. She's our secondary mascot now. By the way, I don't know if there's anything else I need to say about Sandra. Um, I think I can reiterate my whole idea of doing Mass Effect as like basically a Netflix series. It doesn't have to be on Netflix, but Netflix or a similar service like Hulu or Amazon Prime or what have you. Um, but to be, you know, I mean, you can say like as much as you want. Like, the disadvantage of doing that is that like do you or it's impossible because player choice cannot be accounted for. But that's actually in some ways the advantage of it, is that you can tell a story with a particular character arc in mind or a particular um, concept in mind for what your protagonist is like. And as I said before, this is kind of where I'm almost aiming for. I'm kind of I'm role playing this in a way, but I'm also kind of doing the notion of there being a degree of character development that may be set along a course that I'm considering. But I'm also also developing the character in a way. So you know, not sure if I'm gonna quite reveal. I mean, you can probably already guess what I'm kind of doing with Andre's character here. Um, Actually, I do like really want to kind of talk about it a bit. Because it's it's I think if it isn't already clear right now, so the idea here is that she's going more renegade. Um, in the previous one, it was a slight arc, from more towards balance than actually like the 180 change. Um, from going from like the ruthless butcher of Torfin to being a little more balanced. In part due to Liara's influence, but also just kind of the influence of her situation as a whole in a way, um, and the things she's encountering along the way. This is what I'm doing here in a way, in perspective of it being, the next mini series or whatever you want to call it of, you know, uh, if this were being done as an actual show. Um, this is actually almost a take on the idea of the character making making progress in their character from beginning to end in a story arc, like in a movie. It's the only example I can think of offhand right now. Although there's many other examples, and it's often just done with character relationships. Um, is a somewhat popular thing to go um, with regard to, I guess, sequel character regression. Um, there are other ones that may just like explicitly have to do with a character's progress. Um, but it's kind of like they have no idea what to do with the sequel because the character had a complete arc in the first one. Uh, or the relationship, a relationship between characters like reached a point of them being together into the first film, and then the second film, like they're broken up and they have to. Then the plot or the romantic subplot is them getting back together, rather than doing something different or progressing it or taking it in a different direction. And this can also happen to some extent with character development as well. That a character has development and you have no idea where to take the character from there, so you just revert them to where they were at the beginning of the original film, more or less. Here, it's a take on that convention, a take on that trope, where it actually kind of makes narrative sense with her situation that she would, she's kind of lost almost everything, at least at the start she's lost everything, and she gets back at least Talia and Garrus, and that's fine. But the one she kind of cares about the most is Liara, and now she's on the verge of possibly getting her back in a way, but that loss is still kind of there. And it's definitely being felt in Shadowbroker, and heck, the loss is more deeply felt in a way because Liara has apparently become so hardened in those 2 years since the end of the original, since what happened, and it really frightens Shepard. That she's almost aspiring to be more like me. No, I'm aspiring to be more like you. And now I can't be more like you because you're more like me. It's again, I have this little, another kind of subplot in terms of why she's being so renegade is that I'm not sure how well that would actually work in the context of a serious Netflix series type of situation. But sort of Shepard, or Zondra Shepard, just liking how badass she looks with the glowing red scars and glowing red eyes, just so she's almost encouraged in that way to take on a more renegade mentality. Than she would otherwise. But I think also another thing that makes it work is that it wasn't a complete 180 change in Mass Effect. It was, kind of halfway there. Maybe if things had gotten better, rather than this huge turn, she could have potentially become a full Paragon. By this point, she could have. I'm not sure that would be really feasible because, again, Renegade is kind of baked into her fairly deeply. But she could have become more Paragon. Now she's becoming, more Renegade. It's actually almost an arc of becoming less balanced. Although there's still a bit of Paragon there. Because again, I think that there's things I've firmly established about her character. She's not going to be an asshole for the sake of being an asshole. She's loyal to her friends. She tends to make some effort to earn loyalty from the people under her command. Even in this kind of weird sort of circumstance with Cerberus. it's also interesting with the renegade thing that um, being pissed off at the Elusive Man is effectively a renegade. Like that's actually kind of an interesting thing here, because like in Mass Effect 1, because Paragon and Renegade is kind of like, as a War Runner, a channel I recommend you follow. Um, Put it, he explained it as being less about being good or evil and more about being lawful or chaotic. And the interesting thing in this situation is that, in a manner of speaking at least, Cerberus is the law in this context. Like, you're working under Cerberus, so being renegade, so some of the renegade options are literally going against the authority figure of the Elusive Man is a renegade option. It's like, even if you are, in a manner of speaking, doing it because you do not like his methods, that you morally disagree with his methods, and you could view the Elusive Man as being, in some ways, lawful evil. Like, if you look at the Elusive Man as being lawful evil, then it kind of fits in a way. And, granted, he is breaking laws, but you had to understand some of the deeper notions of what alignments mean. Lawful means that you have a code, you have a system of values that you, or it can mean that. It's open to some degree of interpretation, and it depends on like what lawfulness means to your character, I guess, ultimately. And sometimes it can mean being the law, being in charge. Although I would also argue that, like, a character like Palpatine, the Emperor in Star Wars, is more neutral evil than lawful evil, just by his philosophy. I don't know, sure if we see enough about the Elusive Man and his like philosophy towards these sorts of things to know if we can call him lawful evil, or although within my expanded alliance system he might actually be villainous lawful good. That is to say that his intentions are good. And he may, although I don't know, I think I probably would posit him maybe more towards neutral good, a villainous neutral good, because again, we don't really know enough about, like, whether or not he really follows a code per se. But anyway, my expanded alignment system encompasses basically villainous and heroic, and depending on some extent context and the makeup of your character, you can also be anti-heroic or anti-villainous. So he might actually be considered anti-villainous. I don't know. Anti-villain is not as clearly defined as anti-hero. So I had to get some more thought into whether or not I would consider him to be an anti-villain. But anyway, because he doesn't really consider himself to be the villain, obviously. But does that make him an anti-villain? Like, I almost find it an anti-villain who is maybe a reluctant villain in a way, or I don't know. I think there's someone who's I thought defined anti-villain really well, and I can't. It may even been Matt Colville. I can't remember. Um, but anyway, it still kind of boils down to heroic or villainous. Um, but he would be considered villainous, or maybe even at this point at least neutral. Neutral good. um, he hasn't quite evolved into becoming a villain yet. Um, Minor spoilers for kind of spoilers. Um, I mean, we can kind of see things potentially going in that direction anyway at this point. So, and it is a very old game. So, but yeah. Um, but yeah, like something like villainous good. Regardless of what the other alignment is, to me is just saying like that your intentions are good. You feel that you're doing the right thing, but your position is pitting you into the role of a villain. Um, Within the context of the story. Um, and something that it can even have to do with the character itself to some extent. That the things they're doing are what would be considered by many people to be villainous and horrible. Um, but anyway, but I think it's his position. I think it's interesting his position as an authority figure, as law in a way means that if Shepard is like really opposed to him or vehemently opposed to him, that it's a renegade action, even though within the morality spectrum she's taking the high ground, um, or her indignation against him is, um, or her refusal to play his game, is morally correct. Um, is still renegade. Um, it kind of even plays into the renegade arc in a way. Um, that I'm going for. But anyway, um, we have a bunch of loyalty quests to do. This is pretty much our last chance to do them, and we're kind of doing them almost all at once. Because we're also doing the DLC stuff almost all at once. I think there's only one piece of DLC that we, with the recalibrated anyway, mob we can only do after we finish the main quest here. I mean, there's also some DLC we could just put off until after the main quest is taken care of. But obviously the loyalty missions take some priority. But I really want to do later with Shadowbroker because that's, in my opinion, probably the best of the DLCs that they've made for Mass Effect 2. So it's all downhill from here. There's also a lot of exploration we can do and side questing and such. So we're probably gonna do some of that. But foreseeable future, we're probably gonna be progressing at all in the main quest because I'm pretty sure this is like either the point of no return or nearly the point of no return. So we absolutely cannot progress in the main quest for fear of losing our opportunity to do all of the loyalty quests, which even though I'm not necessarily deliberately aiming for everyone to survive, I'm going to do everything I can to make that likely to happen. And also just for the sake of completion. And also because, again, loyalty is a theme I'm going for, oh yeah, and going back to the idea of being serious, and the point I'm trying to make, after going on all these tangents as I tend to do, like adapting it into a series, or into kind of anything that isn't a video game, presents an opportunity to basically, like on the one hand, as I said before, you're eliminating the player choice. So uh, obviously some fans may be upset that we're not doing their Shepard. In fact, it's very likely that no matter what we do with Shepard's character, it isn't going to be almost anyone's Shepard. It would be, in this case, my Shepard, but then, or a variation of my Shepard, and then, um, it's a handful of people who have played a very similar character arc and series of decisions to my interpretation or my playthrough. Um, and But there's also the opportunity to expand upon that and to write Shepard as a character with a bit more depth and nuance and motivations that are very a little more laid out, because you can't do that, at least not as easily in a video game format, because a lot of it is left to the player's imagination, in a manner of speaking. That because it just is largely a series of choices, and there's only so much you can that the as a game designer you can get into that, because the players could make a renegade choice in one point and then a paragon choice in another point, and what there's so much they can really read into that, because it could be the player, for example, just deliberately kind of going with arbitrarily, like every other choice is going to be Paragon and Renegade. Like we're gonna go for like a perfectly neutral run. Like that's their challenge. We're going for a neutral run, and it's not role playing at all. It's just literally every other choice is going to be either Paragon, Renegade, if they can help it. Um, and how would you characterize that? Shepard is anything but bipolar. Um, um, yeah, there's a difficulty, I guess, to just writing a character who can kind of be anything. You know, so I mean, some of it is left to the player's imagination, and to some extent, you have to work with it a little bit. Like when Liara, or when Zandra in the first game said, I'm not taking orders from the Asari, like, kind of referring to Liara, it felt like really out of character for her, and I had to. I mean, I'm still like split upon whether or not I want to consider it to be the canon of this playthrough, or if I want to rationalize my way around what happened. But because each are kind of fun to do in a way, because it's fun to come up with what she would have said in place of that, but also it's kind of fun to think of, like, oh, this is just like a moment of weakness, where she said something that was kind of a little bit racist, but like she didn't really mean it exactly, you know like that's um interesting in his own way, to explore that. So almost leaving it up to the viewer, like, which do you prefer? Do you prefer the idea, like, I just straight up kind of, you can kind of yourself in your own mind, and that's fine. I'm kind of in the middle a little bit, uh, yeah, sometimes the dialogue options you pick, you don't really get what the gist of it's going to be. Um, if for some bizarre reason get hired to write a Like I'm not even in that industry. I have no idea why I would be um like BioWare sees it's like this guy like he has like great ideas. Let's just hire him to like either write or consult on the creation of a Mass Effect, you know, TV series or Netflix series script. You know, I have like written some scripts before, but that was like way back. Um, so I have a little bit of experience. Like I've written plays mainly, um, back in college, which is like over a decade ago now. I'm so old. But anyway, we're coming up on like 26 minutes. Like let's actually jump into actually playing the game, shall we? Finally. I know. And it's doing this again. I don't know how. I just be like kind of freezing up or something. There we go. Oh, we're not doing the heartbeat this time. Cool. Because it depends on what the type of the loading screen is or something. Okay. I do love this concept of like, um, of like there's some interesting level concepts here. Like a ship that's like kind of like one just walking on it on top of a ship, but then also like walking on top of a ship that's in the middle of a gas giant. Like we already sort of got that with the Citadel mission on in Mass Effect 1. Also, I don't know how to walk. If I could actually get progress here. Um, oh, there we go. We're fine. I think I tried to do it before.
Why are they attacking?
They must think we're debris from the storm. Done. My target's down.
Oh, come on. Come on. Okay. Um.
Send them flying.
This should punch through their armor.
Watch the door.
Then stay down. Moving in.
Probiotics.
Closing. We've been spotted.
Okay. Looking down was clearly a mistake.
Doesn't bother me, but I'm in the third person, so looks kind of cool. What the heck was that?
One less to worry about.
What? It wasn't even that close to where we are.
Watch the Asari.
Firing a high impact shot. We've been spotted.
Watch out, flashbangs. Singularity deployed.
Hostile.
Watch out, flashbangs. Biotic.
Okay. That was the wrong direction to go.
Moving in. Nice shot. I'm ready. Locked out.
Done.
Okay, we're not allowed to go that way. Cool. Or wait, no, we're not allowed to go this way either, so... Okay. Okay, we're allowed to go this way.
There they are.
Okay, that wasn't a good idea.
Neutralize the drone. Charging biotics. can crack it.
How long will it take?
I don't know, Shepard. I've never broken into the Shadow Broker's base before. Well, not this one anyway.
Of course.
Stay down.
You sure that shunt is working?
It's illegal even on Ilium. It didn't come with a warranty.
But you tested it, right?
Here come more of them.
Tell me you tested it.
No time to talk.
Firing at the I'm ready. Need support.
Really? Can't target anyone?
Can't reach the target.
Neutralize the drone.
Can't target them. Can't reach the.
Enemy bionic over here.
Down. Blocking LOS.
I've downloaded the ship's layout. We're headed toward the prison block. And Farron. Watch out, flashback!
Can't get a lock.
This should slow him down.
Farron,
Liara?
hold on. We're getting you out of here.
No.
Farron,
What the hell is the broker trying to do to you?
The equipment is sensitive to tampering. This chair plugs into the broker's info network. You have to shut off the power. Pull me out now and my brain cooks.
do you know where we can cut the power?
It won't be easy. You'll have to go to Central Operations.
What's the point of this cage?
I don't...
It's a neural grounding rod. The medical equipment is to make sure he doesn't expire. We have to shut this place down.
Tell us where to go.
Central Operations is down the hall. You know the Shadow Broker's waiting for you, right?
I'm counting on it.
We'll be back for you, Farron.
I'll try not to go anywhere.
I want all teams to Outpost C.
Right.
Regroup.
I thought so. I just felt like it's leading up into a boss fight.
Here for the drone. Reckless, even for you, Commander.
Not reckless, just determined. Ask your Asari Spectre about that.
Monsieur was expendable. All her death cost me was time.
Expendable like Farron?
Dr. Tassoni, your interference caused all this. Farron betrayed me when he handed you Shepard's body. The Drell is simply paying the price.
It'll be pretty hard to run a base this size with no crew.
They're replaceable. Your arrival is barely an interruption.
Be smart. Let Farron walk out with us.
You won't be walking out at all.
You're quite confident for someone with nowhere left to hide.
You travel with fascinating companions, Doctor. It's good you brought Archangel Tassoni. Your friend's bounty is still unclaimed.
You're not putting a hand on anyone.
It's pointless to challenge me, Asari. I know your every secret, while you fumble in the dark.
Is that right? You're a Yogg, a pre-spaceflight species quarantined to their homeworld from massacring the Council's first contact teams. This base is older than your planet's discovery, which probably means you killed the original Shadow Broker 60 years ago, then took over. I'm guessing you were taken from your world by a trophy hunter who wanted a slave. Or a pet. How am I doing? This should slow them down.
Clear protocol beam is OP.
The shield's kinetically sensitive. Energy and projectiles are bouncing off.
Then we do this the hard way.
Hit him now!
Oh, melee attack.
Send them flying.
Okay. Also, my Unity. What? Where the heck is the garrison?
If you can get him to bring up that shield again, I've got an idea. Enjoy the ride.
My shields are down.
Okay. Oh. Great. Or just warping into the middle of the arena for cutscene reasons. Okay.
Shadow Broker, this is Operative Murat. We've had a momentary connection failure. Can you confirm status?
Operative Shore requesting update. Are we still online?
Shadow Broker, I've lost our feed. We're online and awaiting instructions.
This is the Shadow Broker. The situation is under control. We experienced a power fluctuation while upgrading hardware. It disrupted communications momentarily.
However, we are now back online. Resume standard procedures.
I want a status report on all operations within the next solar day.
Shadow Broker out.
Goddess of Oceans. It's you. You. How?
Well, everyone who's ever seen him in person is dead.
You're the new Shadow Broker.
It'll be nice to have access to information I can trust. Broker?
I'm not sure I'm ready for you to call me that. I'm not sure about any of this, but I had to do it. With the Shadow Broker's information network, I can give you. I can.
I'll check the power systems.
It's finally. For 2 years.
It's all right.
It's been 2 years. I don't. We're different people. You have your mission, and for now,
Oh, come on.
no safeguards, user restrictions. It's like he never
I feel like I want to frickin' restart the whole frickin' boss battle just to get that option. Like, really? Fuck you. That's. I don't know, like the. Can I? No, I can't. I'm just gonna leave it as a frickin' option here. Like, I really want to know how important that final Paragon interrupt. No, that's not the one. Oh, great. Well, I have to just do the last stage of the battle.
What kind of information are we talking about?
I'm not sure.
But that has to happen. Like, I
Come back later and I'll try to have something useful for you. All I wanted was to rescue Farron, but is it wrong that part of me wants this? With the Shadow Brokers network,
I just wish I could freaking skip all this dialogue until.
turn this operation into something better.
Don't be a stranger this time.
Come by when you have a chance. The doors are always open. Thank you, Shepard. For everything.
Yeah, I need to do that. Like, just for freaking plot. For freaking character development. Like, that's. I can't not do that. Also, my freaking calibration on my mouse is all messed up. I had to go for another loading screen after this one to reload the save and re-defeat the Shadow Broker so we can freaking. What the hell's up with my mouse? I meant to make another save just to be sure. Okay, just giving me that randomly. What? Huh? Oh, go to hell. Go to hell. Is there another autosave? Go to hell! We're redoing the whole freaking mission. I don't care. Ah! What the fuck? That was way too narrow an opportunity. That is literally shitty game design. For something that, like, should matter so much to anyone playing this. Like, anyone who has a relationship with Fiora, that Paragon prompt is freaking... That is so important. And they give you just a split second to react to it. No! This is the second time I'm mad out of my mind about a design decision. I'm not the only one who ran into that. At least they don't have to redo the boss battle. I have to redo all the dialogue that goes up to it.
Here for the drill.
Not reckless, just determined. Ask your Asari Spectre about that.
Basir was expecting
I know all this. Just
Sony. Your interference caused all this. Farron betrayed me when he
I heard all of this.
the drill is simply paying the price.
It'll be pretty hard to run a base this size with no crew.
They're replaceable. Your arrival is merely an interruption.
Good, I can't do anything.
Be smart. Let Farron walk out with us.
You won't be walking out at all.
You're quite confident for someone with nowhere left to hide.
You travel
I said there was an auto save like right before the final part, but
Angel to Sony.
apparently not.
Bounty is still unclaimed.
You're not putting a hand on anyone.
It's pointless to challenge me, Asari. I know your every secret, while you fumble in the dark.
Is that right? You're a Yogg, a pre-spaceflight species.
Yeah, we already know what all this stuff is.
Massacring the Council's first
Fuck you. Ah.
Taken from your world by a trophy hunter who wanted a slave. Or a pet. How am I doing?
Sit for all this fucking bullshit again. I had to go for the whole battle again. All over one Paragon prompt. Okay, that's what happened to Garrus. We can't have Liar just rip the debris off of him and then do Unity to apply Medigel.
This should be enough.
I think I can quick save when this happens.
Projectiles are bouncing off.
Then we do this the hard way.
Hit him now.
I can't quick save? Well, go to hell then. I can't save at all. Like, even though, like, there's no freaking danger at all. What? Oh, come on. Do I have to...
There they are. Deployed.
What? I'm... in cooldown? Excuse me, I need to frickin' switch my weapons because this is bullshit.
This should slow them down. Quick, while he's vulnerable. If you can get him to bring up that shield again, I've got an idea. Now they're under control. This should slow them down.
Got no shields!
Enjoy the ride.
Got it!
I can't...
Send them flying.
Go to fucking hell. I have had enough of you!
Send them flying.
I agree. If I forget the guy's name already. I'm terrible with names. In my defense, I hate autosaves. They're good when they help to allow you to resume after a difficult point, but when
Shadow Broker, this is
it's a situation like this, it's like,
We've had a momentary connection failure. Can you confirm status?
Operative Shore requesting update. Are we still online?
Shadow Broker, I've lost our feed. We're online and awaiting instructions.
This is the Shadow Broker. The situation is under control. We experienced a power fluctuation while upgrading hardware. It disrupted communications momentarily.
However, we are now back online. Resume standard procedures.
I want a status report on all operations within the next single day.
Shadow Broker out.
Goddess of Oceans. It's you. You. How?
Well, everyone who's ever seen him in person is dead. So,
You're the new Shadow Broker.
It'll be nice to have access to information I can trust, broker.
I'm not sure I'm ready for you to call me that. I'm not sure about any of this, but I had to do it. With the Shadow Broker's information network, I can give you. I can.
I'll check the power systems.
It's finally. For 2 years.
It's all right.
It's been 2 years. I don't. We're different people. You have your mission and. Okay.
Okay.
But we should focus. Let's see what our options are.
okay.
No safeguards or user restrictions. It's like he never anticipated anyone but himself being here, and it's all ours.
What kind of information are we talking about?
I'm not sure. I'll need to go through his files. Come back later and I'll try to have something useful for you. All I wanted was to rescue Farron, but is it wrong that part of me wants this? With the Shadow Broker's network, I can help you. Maybe I can turn this operation into something better.
Don't be a stranger this time.
Small chance of that. Come back soon.
Yeah, I needed that Paragon option to happen. That was way too small of a window. Sherwood has defeated the Shadow Broker. Eliminate Cerberus information leaks as large society takes over. The Asari's relationship with Shepard should be watched closely. Like, I have no idea if it actually like prevents there from being a relationship moving forward, but it's at the very least it's a very good moment to have narratively. So in terms of just the character arc and everything, you know, it's totally worth replaying that battle It was a decent boss battle anyway. So, hey, it just irritates me to no end that it was after such a long boss battle, they just give you this teeny tiny little window to do this random Paragon option in order to, or Paragon prompt or whatever, just to give Liara a kiss.
Shepard, it's so good to see you. I've set up a few terminals with information I think you'll find interesting. Take a look.
Actually, I think this is where you get the information on actual like plants you can mine.
Welcome back, Shadow Broker.
What's this?
That's the old broker's VI assistant. It's actually been helpful with rebuilding the network.
Please let me know if I can organize anything else for you, Shadow Broker.
It also thinks anyone in the room is the broker. I'll play around with the settings later.
My manual is ready whenever you have a moment.
That's advanced training. Okay, that's interesting. Of course, it requires a shit ton of element 0, but
How are you doing, Liara?
I'm a bit overwhelmed, to be honest. The Shadow Broker had more resources than you can imagine. Here, come on over. He had top-level access to the Turian and Asari governments. And more than one Solarian Dalatros traded intel. At least I get to share it with you.
If you're in over your head, we could just crash this thing and walk away.
That's just it. In a way, I feel like I belong here. Working on my own, I was always hunting for leads. With the Shadow Broker's resources, it's about organizing, cataloging. I've got everything, Shepard. This is a dream job. Although, the location could be better.
You're not gonna turn into a recluse with creepy information on everyone in the galaxy, are you?
I can understand the temptation. I've got all the secrets of the galaxy at my fingertips. Give me 10 minutes and I could start a war. But I've got a purpose. Helping you stop the Reapers. That will keep me honest. You know, relatively speaking.
Have you found anything useful yet?
The Shadow Broker knew about the Reapers. Perhaps that's why he offered to help prove Saren's guilt to the Council.
He didn't want Saren to succeed.
He also knew that the Collectors were Protheans, repurposed to be Harbinger's puppets. There's even some data on the Protheans. I think he knew what was coming and was looking for a way to survive.
Why was he still looking at Protheans? They gave us the warning in the conduit at Ilos, but we've used those.
The Shadow Broker seemed to think there was more out there. Perhaps the Protheans had other plans. Or maybe he was just grasping at anything that offered some hope.
How'd you know what the Shadow Broker was?
I didn't. I had no idea what to expect when we finally found him. But I researched pre-space spaceflight cultures during some of my Prothean studies. I know a bit about the Yogg. There's more on the terminals if you want to look. They're a fascinating culture, and a terrifying one.
How's Farron doing?
As well as you'd expect, after 2 years of intermittent torture.
He gonna be okay?
I don't know. He wants to work, so I'm letting him help. Maybe it takes his mind off it.
So, you and Farron...
Are just friends. I believe you made it clear that I was, as you humans say, taken.
Which bleeds us into.
You know, I didn't come down here just to talk about Data.
Look, about the kiss. We just finished the fight. I miss you, but it's been 2 years. I don't want to put pressure on you.
I've got fond memories of the last time you put pressure on me.
So do I.
Why don't you come to the Normandy for drinks?
I'd like that.
Good. Get your things and come on up.
Okay, thanks. I'll be right there. Just give me a minute.
Did you enjoy the tour?
Yes, it's a beautiful ship. And I ran into Joker. He seemed happy to see me. Although he did ask if you and I would be acting out scenes from some vid called Vanya.
Of course he did.
I also spoke with Dr. Chakwas. I'm glad she's doing well. I brought you something. It took some digging, but I recovered your tags.
I thought I'd never see these again.
You can't get back everything you lose, but sometimes you get lucky.
Yeah, that was the plan.
Actually, Shepard. I mean, really. Not what you tell your squad to keep morale up.
Honestly, I'm tired. Tired of dealing with Cerberus. Tired of the Council ignoring me. Tired of my closest friends not believing me.
Yes, I heard about what Ashley said on Horizon. I'm sorry. But their short-sightedness doesn't diminish what you've accomplished. There wouldn't be a man, woman, or child left on Horizon, if not for you.
You know the worst part of it? Cerberus planted intel to lure the Collectors there. Horizon was bait.
Those bastards.
They'd have hit another world if we hadn't lured them there, but... Aren't you gonna tell me not to work with them?
I gave them your body, remember? What should I say? And I trust you. You'll stick to your beliefs no matter what Cerberus wants. So tell me what you want.
What you really want.
Ends tomorrow. What happens to us?
Death, most likely.
I don't know. Marriage, old age, and a lot of little blue children.
You just say these things. Goddess. You were dead.
I got better.
I got better. I feel happy. I feel happy.
When your team is ready, you'll leap through the Omega-4 relay. I spent 2 years mourning you. So if we're going to try this, I need to know you're always coming back.
I'm always coming back.
Are you sure?
I haven't stayed dead yet.
Shadow Broker is definitely by far my favorite DLC. Probably the entire Mass Effect series, followed by Citadel, I'd say. I can't really include Andromeda because they decided not to do anything with that. Besides, like, multiplayer, which I didn't care about at all.
Commander, you've received a new message at your private terminal.
Blood pack facility detected. You encrypted and analyze the data you recover from the relay at Tariff. The resources mined at Tariff are being sent to Zada Ban, presumably for use in weapons manufacture. The blood pack is planning a large-scale invasion. Disrupting the options on Zada Ban will go a long way toward delaying or preventing this invasion. What the hell? From Tombs. Oh, from Tombs. What kind of game are you playing, Shepard? You did the buddy act when I had a gun on that Cerberus scientist, telling me you understood. Now I find you're working for Cerberus? Tests were done on me that you can't even imagine. For years, Cerberus did them. They tortured me. They used me as a damn lab rat. And now you're teaming up with them like they're any other Merc band? I got my own Merc team now, Shepard, and I kill any Cerberus team I can find. But run into you, don't expect any different. Yeah, but it's not really my choice, though, is it? You're too small. From Moorland. I'm sorry, my mate. I leave you for Krogan because you are not endowed as good for your species. Do you hear those words? Moorland's famous shop sells many enhancements online that you are not restricted by Citadel trading regulations. Whether you require hormone augmentation, cybernetic enhancements, or gene biotic xenografting, Moorland has many things you will be pleased with. All species and gender. Order online from Moorland's famous extranet site. Hot linked from its message. Product availability varies by local trade regulations. All Element Zero products require shipping surcharge. No shipping to Omega Krogan reproductive organs not available. Other restrictions may apply. Furby from Orlan Han Shepard. They say you're alive, that you cheated death, that sending you this isn't just a pointless exercise as part of my therapy. They say a lot of things. I'm still alive. She still isn't. I hear you killed Benezia. It's nicely done. Another woman I helped kill if my information did any good. They want me to thank you. The Rachni would have killed us all had you not shown up. It would have been right. Why me and not her? Why did you show up then and not before? They think they can fix me, but maybe you're not really back. Maybe I died. Maybe I didn't close the door in time. Maybe I held it open on to give her a chance, and the Rachni ripped my suit open, and I died exposure there on Pig 15. Maybe I'm a martyr. Maybe it's an ugly hallucination before a glorious afterlife. But if I'm not, then thank you. I can't remember who Hanowar is.
How may I help you, Commander?
Is there anything I should know?
Thane would like to see you down in life support on the crew deck. Anything else, Commander?
Okay, we're going. I think it's the last of the loyalty missions that we'll finally have unlocked. It's focused purely on I mean, there's certainly one more, but we don't know that. And we only know that because the crew selection screen has one more slot open, and because we played this game before. And by we, I mean me. And I guess anyone else who has played this game before.
So the collectors did take New Canton.
Yes, but my wife and daughter left in the nick of time. They're resting in San Francisco as we speak.
That's great news.
It is, but I knew a lot of good people in New Canton. Our mission has to succeed.
Thank God Shepard's in command.
Shepard.
I heard you wanted to speak with me.
Yes. Now that you are here, though, it seems more difficult to talk about.
I've got time. Take it at your own pace.
Thank you. I fear I've already done that for too long. I had a family once. I still have a son. His name is Kolyat. I haven't seen him for a very long time.
How long's it been since you talked?
10 years. He showed me some of his schoolwork and asked if we could dance crazy. We did that when he was younger.
What sort of dance is that?
It's... I checked my extranet contacts. I expect an update on my next target. The console plays music. Old. Unfashionable. Kolyat jumps into the room. My father runs around in circles. I scoop him up, toss him into the air. He shrieks, laughs, spin me. The console beeps. I put him down. Click the message. Father, please, touch my sleeve. I need to read this, I say. I don't look at him.
Did something happen to them?
I abandoned them. No, not all at once. Nothing dramatic, no sneaking out in the middle of the night, no final argument or slammed door. I just did my job. I hunted and killed across the galaxy. Away on business, my wife would tell people. I was always away on business.
You never mentioned this before. Why now?
When my wife departed from her body, I attended to that issue. I left Kolyat in the care of his aunts and uncles. I have not seen him or talked to him since.
You never went back? That's pretty damned irresponsible of you.
I told myself it was to spare him the knowledge of my body's actions. Lately, I have thought. I have reconsidered that. I used my contacts to trace Kolyat. He has become disconnected. He does what his body wills.
You'll have to explain that one to me.
Disconnected. The body is not our true self. The soul is. Body and soul work as one in a whole person. When the soul is weakened by despair or fear, when the body is ill or injured, the individual is disconnected, no longer whole.
Where has Kolyat's body willed him?
To the Citadel. I don't know where exactly. I only know that he traveled there and has contacted the criminal element of the station. He's been hired to kill a man. I would like your help to stop it.
That's something I just couldn't understand. Wait, no, it's something I can totally understand.
You don't hire a raw rookie for a contract killing.
I'm afraid someone may have seen we share a name and assumed we share skills. I don't know why he would accept the task.
Maybe he name dropped you to get hired.
It's possible, but I don't think so. It doesn't seem right. My name. He should not respect it.
To be closer to you, maybe?
That thought haunts me more than any other.
Thane, I don't have your contacts and I don't have your tracking skills. Why do you need my help for this?
I don't need your help. I want it. The last time I saw my son, they wrapped your body in sea vines, weighted it with stones. He tries to pull from me, calls for her. The hammer lift her off the platform. They sing like bells. The fire has gone to be kindled anew. He begs them not to take her away. They let her body slide into the water. He hits me. Don't let them. Stop them. Why weren't you is sometimes a burden.
What made him go to the Citadel?
Years ago, I prepared a package for him, a relic of my ill-spent life. I had Volus bankers store it and arranged for delivery when I died. He acquired it early. I don't really know how. I did wet work on the Citadel around the time his mother died. That may be why he went there.
I'll get us to the Citadel as soon as possible.
Thank you, Shepard. I'll be meditating until you need me.
Fucking.
Launching probe. Probe launched. Probe launched. Probe away. Launching probe. Probe launched. Probe away.
Okay. Helgos is a second-tier garden world that receives little attention in the Galactic community. A Solarian mining expedition initially discovered this planet, was promptly strong-armed away from them by organized crime figures. Helgos coalition rights were then sold to the highest bidder, which led to a brief burst of mining colonies in the 2000s. Most of these were abandoned for other planets. I guess it is in the gas giant. I thought it was. The Helgos has a nitrogen oxygen atmosphere capable of supporting life. Its rotational period is slower than Earth, making it its day and night 98 Earth days long. The intense heat on one side of the planet and extreme cold on the other make for violent storms cells whether the sun is rising or setting. As a result, the flora and fauna of Helgos has developed the capability to live in cycles of ice, flooding, baking heat, and dramatic air pressure changes. The biota of the planet has been largely unexploited by the exotic pet and gardening trades, since simulating the natural conditions is problematic for the average consumer. Investment opportunities. Warning signal. A pirate fleet is massing on the fringes of the terminus systems in preparation for a raid on outlying Alliance colonies. Send a tip off to Admiral Hackett about the upcoming invasion. Bureaucracy in action. The Certa Foundation can't start tests on a promising new antibiotic because of accidentally misfiled paperwork. Use the contact to help them cut through the red tape so they can begin clinical trials. Smear campaign. A corrupt politician is trying to levy heavy taxes on all Earth manufactured goods coming into his system in exchange for kickbacks from local businesses. Ruin the politician's reputation with a smear campaign so his proposal doesn't pass. It's a picture of Regina. And the rest of the council. Like, that's weird. Just a reward. Less mercenaries have secretly set up a red sand production facility on the planet Quavero. Tip off the planetary authorities about the facility in exchange for half of the credits seized during their raid. We can buy Ezo Mining Company. Probably gonna get the Ezo. Because that's what I need right now. There's a Shadowbroker ship model.
The Turian Council member's mistress has made some unusual purchases lately. She may be expecting to move to a larger mansion.
Okay. Advanced training.
Thanks for coming by.
Guess that's it.
It's nearly time to repurchase effective caste status on Kashan. I have deducted funds to grant you full elite access.
Shepard, glad you stopped by. We don't get many visitors.
Take it easy. You've been through a lot.
You're probably right. I never did say thanks for the rescue.
Liara never gave up on you, Farron. I just helped.
I see you met the secretary.
For 2 years, Liara didn't stop looking for you. You two must have been close.
She's a good friend. Better than I deserve.
How you holding up, Farron?
I'll be alright. I wasn't always strapped into that interrogation chair. Drell can mentally escape into old memories. It came in handy on the bad days.
How many times did the Shadow Broker hook you up to that contraption?
A lot. It gets fuzzy. He made the guards watch, as an example.
It gets fuzzy, which is actually unusual for a Krell, I think. I mean, I don't know, like, what exactly happens when a someone who has perfect memory recall, like, dissociates?
What will you do now that you're a free man?
I want to help Liara rebuild this place. But after that,
Your schedule's getting full, sir. Let me sync it to your Omni tool.
no thanks, I'm fine.
How did you and Liara both end up looking for my body?
Cerberus headhunted me and Liara to steal your body from the Shadow Broker. I was working for the broker at the time, and he's the one who scraped up your remains in the first place.
What turned you against the Shadow Broker?
He started working for the Collectors. You weren't their first victim. Was an information trader, not a slaver.
How do you think Liara's doing as the new Shadow Broker?
Operations are almost fully recovered after a slight dip in efficiency.
Ever since we repaired the network, Liara's been glued to the archives. I caught her sleeping at her desk more than once. She's busy, but I think she likes it that way.
Looks like you've made a friend.
The drone follows everyone. I don't know why the broker kept it around.
I'm a shell for a specialized data processing VI, custom built to your specifications, Shadow Broker.
It helps coordinate the network's massive information feeds, but it could use a different interface tone.
You deemed my default personality sufficient for your needs, Shadow Broker.
I wish it would stop calling me that.
Take it easy, Farron.
Thanks.
What does this console do?
This is the video surveillance access point. I've queued up the archive footage you requested on your last visit, Shadow Broker. Remember, you can zoom in for more detailed viewing and can pause anytime during playback. Aria T'Loak, Omega.
Three.
Emily Wong, Citadel. Fred Mazai, Citadel.
What? Okay. It's like all translated into his
Donnell Udina, Citadel.
wow.
Armando Bailey, Citadel. David Anderson, Citadel.
turned up the volume accidentally there.
Keeper 20, Citadel.
Okay.
Matriarch Atheta, Ilium.
Oh, is that the bartender? So this is literally like showing us that she is Liara. Liara, she is your father. Not true. That's impossible.
Tuchanka.
This is Tuchanka!
Elias Kellum, Omega. Jacob Taylor, Normandy SR2.
Okay. He has surveillance on.
Subject 0, Purgatory, ship now defunct.
This is what happens when she has cutscene powers.
Arya T'Loak, Omega.
Check for more videos on next visit. I can use the music data pad, except that I get enough copyright claims when I'm just using the in-game soundtrack. Well, Dazzy is. Minnie Lawson. Showstopper, proficient, ruthless, obsessed with human dominance. Possible recruitment candidate on after a loose man's assassination and destruction of Cerberus. Morgan Solus, professor previously attached to Slayer's Special Task Group. Impressive credentials, modifications to Genophage re-established 99.9% death rate among Krogan births. Krogan Shepherd, obvious atonement attempt. Jacob Taylor, excellent soldier battle training despite a solid service history, clearly placed on Shepard's team primarily for stabilizing elements of personality. Says here, Jack, abnormal biotic powers achieved. Archived combat footage compares favorably with Pragia's facility's expected results. Easily manipulated for emotional impairment created by severe abuse and confinement during childhood. Blue Sun's founder. That's a revelation. Lost leadership of Suns through lack of interpersonal skills and political judgment. High mission success rate even after near-death experience. Has completed several missions offered by agents involved in the involvement of the Shadow Broker in these missions withheld. Grace Vicarian, former CSEC officer, essential tactical and team building skills, leadership potential overshadowed by Shepard, unlikely to fully develop under Shepard's command. Okay, that's a glitch. Spoilers. Jessica Sabuhara. Sorry, Jessica. Rigidity of Jessica code makes her movements and mission outcomes predictable. Mother of the Free Ardagyachi, one of which remains wanted for murder in Citadel space. Laura Voss, whatever her original name was. Mechanic and engineer. Typical quarry investment in species feature instead of personal advancement. Fathers work useful in widening tensions between Geth and Quarian races. Kusamigoto. Skilled break-in interspecialist, sentimental, impulsive risk-taker, investigate lover's death and connection to Alliance scandal. Fankrios. Drell assassin achieved top ranks in Hanar trading programs responsible for 1 hour massacre on Omega. Advanced Caporal syndrome makes neutralization a low priority. Grunt. Akira's vet bred prototype. Threat to continuation of genophage likely minimal. But leak knowledge and location per Grogan's Solarian Ancestral Task Group. Cerberus, rogue agency for advancement of humanity, founded in 2157. Advancement active in both Citadel and Terminus space. Strong human supremacist overtones, classified as a terrorist threat by both the systems Alliance and Citadel Council. The loss of credits due to the elusive man's direct interference in recovery of Commander Shepard's body has been offset by data gathered from the Lazarus Project. Withhold retaliation until Shepard's long-term functionality is confirmed 1 year post-resurrection. Armando Owen Bailey, Seasick Officer, Survivor of Reaper attack on Citadel, and Captain of Zakar War Precinct. Prefers dealing with criminal element off the record, ample blackmail material. Alright, Luke, de facto leader of Omega, 3 centuries of commando experience, aloof, paranoid, excellent organizational and management skills. Mr. Anderson, decorated Alliance captain and rejected Spectre candidate, influence of Citadel Council questionable, close working relationship with Commander Shepard before destruction of Normandy SR-1, monitor communication for renewed contact with Shepard. Admiral Stephen Hackett, I'm not sure we actually see him until Mass Effect 3. That's further confirmed by the lack of an actual photo. Commanding officer of the Alliance Navy's 5th Fleet worked with Commander Shepard before destruction of the Normandy SR-1. A deep cover operative is scheduled to replace his current aide in 2 months. Shadowbroker classified. Oh, mail archive. Shadowbroker. Term operative. Ketchloop. Request we've landed on the Yog homeworld and captured a specimen for your studies. We actually had to kill several of them before finding this one, which seemed interested in leaving the planet. Hopefully this means he's more tractable. I do recommend caution, however. These creatures may indeed be valuable shock troops or bodyguards, but their savagery puts even the Krogan to shame. As near as we can tell, as part of their culture. They're not simple brutes like Krogan. The one we've got is learning nearly as fast as the Solarian. He could be more dangerous than you realize. Operative Ketchloop from Shadowbroker. If you're reading this, my young friend, then you eliminated the former operative Ketchloop and have taken his position. These past few months have seen you learn and grow at a rate I would never have credited had I not seen to it personally. You already understand 17 languages without translator assistance, and your political predictions have bettered some of my best agents. As Ketchloop, you will command several strike teams to gather intelligence and neutralize potential threats. Remember your training. Losing your temper costs you that priceless mind of yours, as well as the loyalty of your men. The Shadowbroker leads those who look for secrets. He must be trusted by his men so that he can in turn trust them. Gathering knowledge is a holy task, one I'm sure you understand. As you wanted to be off your homeworld so badly to see what wonders awaited you out here. Please provide an update on all operations Ketchloop, and know that I am proud of you. To all from Shadowbroker. Remove operative Ketchloop immediately. He is too dangerous to leave alive. Engage only with numerical superiority. Otherwise, change all access codes and observe only. Provide no information. Ketchloop must not be allowed for any further access to missions ends. To all from Shadowbroker. Operative Clutchloop is no longer a problem. Discontinue code changes and resume normal activities. I want a status report on all operations by the end of the next solar day. Shadow Broker out. I actually checked for further information on everyone. From Major Caleb Antella to Admiral Stephen Hackett. This is taking action on Commander Shepard's return. Sir, we've confirmed sightings of Commander Shepard on Omega and that the commander is now working for the terrorist organization Cerberus. Several Alliance officials have let it be known that they consider it crucial that we interrogate humanity's perspective on her apparent desertion of the Alliance in the Citadel. If we bring Shepard in now, we can gather an account of the commander's past 2 years without being pressured by the galactic media to leak potentially sensitive data. In light of this, I am officially requesting that you send your orders against Alliance contact with Shepard. Rest assured, our department is dedicated to the commander's safety, provided that Shepard is cooperative in furnishing us with a detailed report of her previous whereabouts and current work for Cerberus. We anticipate releasing her from Alliance custody no later than 5 to 7 months from acquisition. Currently awaiting your reply, Major Antella, Department of Internal and Naval Affairs. From Admiral Stephen Hackett to Major Caleb Antella. Major Antella, request denied. Hackett. Well, there's a lot of stuff here. Dave Anderson, for Kambui encrypted. David Anderson, I've been asked to step in on a matter of your continued vocal and insistent support of Commander Shepard, formerly of the SR-1 Normandy within the Alliance military, and to third-party contracts. The matter Commander Shepard and his involvement in the attack on the Citadel Station is of high value to military intelligence and the Galactic Council. To that end, we respectfully ask that you cease and desist your continued investigation that has been deemed closed and sealed for 2 solar years. Continued agitation in this matter is deemed a high security risk with potential repercussions for galactic security. Please consider our position carefully. If you have any questions, please feel free to contact my office. Sincerely, Captain Fura Galapi Depoli. This is in charge of operations Arcturus Station. There's no correspondence. Simply embarrassed at Atlanta, Earth. David Henry and I went to Jason's graduation ceremony in San Francisco today. Such a beautiful occasion. All those gowns and bright spirits. So much potential. I know Henry would frown at the thought, but I couldn't help recalling the pomp around your appointment to the Hastings. You were the second in command, weren't you? The military always did ceremony very well. God, that was a lifetime ago. Jason says to send his best. I'm so proud of him. Aerospace engineer. I don't pretend to understand what he does, but the gleam in his eyes when he's trying to explain his latest designs to me say he has found his place in the universe. He wanted you to be there at his ceremony by no duty calls. He sees you as a heroic figure off fighting grand battles in space. I hope you can make it to it for the holidays this year. Henry asked just the other day. I know you don't see eye to eye on much, but he respects you. He respects what you do, and you know Jason is over the moon when you can take the time to review his ship designs. Let me know about the holidays, and David, please be careful. Recent transactions. Take order Dionysus imports. Video download Sarah here and betrayed. Modest Valley brand 2 bottles white wine. Damaged troop behind the Citadel crisis. Ilium Elite brand 1 bottle gold label. Rasa. The Path of Light is a history of the Alliance military. Afraid of the Dark Reapers, collectors, and other myths. Red Shady brand. All of his medication. IO transmission transcript. Recording taken on Omega after Life Nightclub, private room, 4:14 a.m. Door opens and closes. Hug, what the? Callista Enrix? What the hell are... Hey! Don't bother, those shackles don't have a release catch. You mistake me for one of your clients or something, lady, let me out. This was very good. The Turian's been on Afterlife for a week. Usually I spot them earlier. Spot what? I know you're listening through that speaker hidden in Enrix's collar. I bet Enrix doesn't even know who he's really spying for, does he, Shadow Broker? Shadow what? I don't know any... Wait! What are you doing? You don't play favorites, Broker. I admire that. But what I don't like is how you think anything twitches a muscle on Omega without my knowing it. Oh, damn it, my face! Don't... Feel free to waste as many lives as you want sending your agents down to my world. Okay, listen, I'm working for a guy, but it's not what you think. I'm not... Ah! Door opens and closes, recording ends. Note, Callista Enrix's death has not yet compromised our other agent placed in the Afterlife nightclub. From Aria Tolok to Cherkas Finn, Events Coordinator. Topic Afterlife Entertainment. Flynn, here's what I want to set up for next month. 1, Senior Sisters. They're good, but I don't want them performing so close to the Bekke burlesque ass that when it comes back from the mining colonies. String out the flesh shows. Fight pit. Too many vulture. No one's going to pay to see those little goblins eat each other when they do it on the street for free. Get me some Krogans and enough humans to keep them busy for an hour. The singer in tomorrow's band is from Eclipse. I'm surprised you didn't spot it. Bring him to me after last call. Our jugglers. Before you sent me the vid, I thought you were joking. Book them. I could use a laugh. You should consider making the casino ship a VIP-only event. Hand out passes to people who need killing, and let them do it for me. There was more blood than credits on the table after the shit from last week's jackpot. Captain Bailey to Zakara Ward Officer Men List. Such new recruit basics. Listen up, I'm sending this out because too many of our new recruits don't get that being part of CSEC on a Citadel is like security on a garden planet. I want you to drill the following into their heads until they're sick of your voice. 1, learn your district. Contacts don't make themselves. There's a mandatory minimum of 20 hours on foot patrol during your work week. No exceptions. 2, update your translators. The Citadel gets more than 9 million tourists a week. You need to understand whether that drunk from Omega is enjoying the nightlife or telling his buddies to flank you. Free eyes are on us. Everyone from the council to your bus driver is watching the new CSEC. Yak all you want in the locker room, but remember, mistake in uniform can get plastered over the whole damn galaxy's news network. That's it for now. Come to me for any problem cases that you think we need to lean on or boot out. Series read by Captain Bailey. Summary of the previous day's council meeting. Still in the Newsnet, front page stories, sports, arts, entertainment. Email from his ex-wife. Ari canceled visit to the Citadel. CFP leaders dark side of the colonies of the Citadel. Newsnet article of the day. Report from Detective Nepo Kasha on murder. Suspect Rose Jones. Note Jones' innocent. See footage from camera 41. Whatever. Terms of Citadel Rapid Transport Emergency News Bulletin. Ari canceled a service from Zakara Ward to Tesseri Ward. Clicks for backup for Captain Keithman of Ward. A note from Tesseri Ward. Intended Sonu Barish expressing sorrow. Ari lost officers Lambert Yungira and Bretness Samalda to gunmen on Tesseri Ward. A court request from Captain Keitham to temporarily transfer 266 hours from Citadel Zakara Ward to Tesseri Ward. Petition from Captain Keitham to meet at the usual place, Ophir's Bar and Grill, level 16, Zakara Ward, Northwest Corner Booth. From ex-wife Ari Gang, member shoot at Bailey's Health. He highlights, where it says of list of shell companies, the Cerberus Academic Structure Volume 1 to 4. 2157 Manifesto published. 2160 Facility on Pragia constructed. 2161 Subject to their boards. The year holdings published. Terra Nova Commonwealth Bank purchased. 2162 Infiltration of human media begins, specializing in extrasolar news. Constant Times, Scott Examiner, nascent Galactic Broadcasting Corporations. 2153 Project Doorway makes forgery of council standard Medicards and identitags possible, allowing agents unrestricted movement. 2164 Scott Examiner destroys credibility of Versa Safin, frontrunner for Prime Minister of Systems Alliance. Leaked to Galactic Broadcasting Corporation, stopped by agents in place. 2165 operatives steal antimatter from the SSV Geneva. Assignment goes wrong, but discipline holds, and standard and squad fights to the death. Sole survivor divulges little but names of his sponsors, Cerberus. Recruitment increases by stringent standards, slow growth. 2166 Harabon Military Industries purchase on Terra Nova legitimate arms contracts to colonial forces. Models without serial numbers produced for export to crime syndicates in Batarian space terminus systems. Cerberus agents among humans recruited into Global Maritime Justice Organization on Trident. 2168 assassination of 22 Solarian crime syndicate members on Trident leads to take over a narcotics trade. Reprisals bloody but tolerable. Milky Way Foundation created to funnel money. New Dawn Pharmaceuticals purchased to begin Project Trapdoor. 2169 Trapdoor experiments on Asari captives with Omega and Encapsulin to measure disruption of biotic powers. Estimate 2.5 milligrams of active ingredient for each 25 milligram of body weight. Under 7.5 milligram dose optimal to avoid detection by taste or smell. 3 to 5 Citadel standard days onset period. Powers return in 2 to 5 Citadel standard days after the last dose taken. Permanent damage possible. 2170 nanosurgery on Subject 0. Successful Omega and Encapsulin fails to work on appropriate receptors. Program begun to instill other Cerberus operatives with resistance to OE. 2171 Pope Clement the 16th assassinated via rosary beads coated with sodium nonacetate and dimethyl sulfoxide. Death attributed to age and heart failure. Replacement Pope Leo the 14th has eschatological beliefs in line with militarizing humanity. Forgiving attitude to Solarians. Our regenephage proves useful for strategic alliances against Turians. 2173 Inez Simmons resigns as head of Terra Firma Party. Frontrunner Claude Manau assassinated. Charles Saracino more tractable. 2174 Radium placed inside office chair of Systems Alliance parliamentarian Artyom Gavrikov. Gavrikov's death attributed to cancer. Emergency election much cheaper to manipulate the normal process. The Cerberus backed candidate loses. Winning candidate's approach found susceptible to bribes. Michael or Michelle, I don't know, Moserlang approached by operatives in militia community. Insider information given for stock to provide him with funding. Contract severed, but electronic surveillance remains. Lang purchases armaments. Influx of humans into Trident political scene. leads to renaming of capital with human name New Cow. That's whatever that is. 2176 electronic surveillance removed from Lang's home. Lang kills Enric Anglar and Ying Zhang, resulting approval bump for Vice President Belknap. Allows passage of financial reform bill allowing for increased loopholes in colony-based shell companies. Fighting among vice premiers as a bonus as Lin Yi alienates Politburo Standing Committee and his chances of election. This does align with Parliament are dashed. 2177 successful application of light shadow pictures proprietary reality plus video editing machine capacity for to forge photorealistic videos is now unsurpassed. Matriarch Tilia Eraza targeted with Omega and Capfulin claims the biotic superiority to non-biotics deflated once her powers fail. Voice in citizen legislature considerably diminished. 2181 military arm creates post on plant Binflu. 2182 MSV Anixara sabotaged catalyst added to metastable metallic hydrogen fuel by timer injection. Ship breaks apart during FTL. All hands aboard lost. Tyrion hierarchy. Hawk Roderick Hurrix Sivius killed in the process. Explosion attributed to faulty engineering. Admiral Coco begins investigation of suspected Cerberus activities. Luciban profile. Cigarette smoke today 4. Trace consumed today 7. Total Skyball store 160 of 0. 5th consecutive perfect game. Seat worn today. Gilly Vorn. And then base. Single button closure. Something built-in protection from close weapon fires. Plum. Sexual Leos as past week. Sani Shalani, Ilium Entertainment's Sexiest Human Alive. Brooke Karagar, Skyball Champion. Vicious, Fornax Dream Girl for 2185. Stacey and Steffi Strong, the Terra Firma twins. Matriarch Chalani twice. This is hit today's Citadel, Ilium, Omega, Earth, Horizon, Eden Prime, Fesia, Palavan, Chachanka, and Migrant Fleet. Action activity. Search Krogan history, search Great Wars. Genophage erased Krogan victories. Okir erased Great Generals. Tuchanka. Tuchanka. Search Not Rex. Battlemaster Shepard, modified Commander Shepard, modified Commander Shepard Normandy. Animal Fights, modified Large Predators. Tyrannosaurus Rex. Earth Lizard Rex. Search Dinosaurs. Relativity. Search Battlemasters. Humans erased Earth Humans. Human History. Earth Wars. Download news footage. Human General Historical Conflict. War of Humans. Download 1T documentary footage. Human General Historical Military Major Military Figures. Great Humans, modified Honored Humans. Download news footage. Human Achievement Wars. Great Storytellers Humans. War Stories. Literature. Human Writers Conflict. Human Homer Kipling Hemingway. The Human Writers Ernest Hemingway. The Sun also rises 40% complete for whom the bell tolls 100% complete. For the arms deleted. The Old Man's Tea 100% completed. Recent transactions. Ultra Black Ops Mega Catalog. Purchase Case Premium 54 ER Engine Oil. Video download The Madness of Sacrifice, the unauthorized biography of Warlord Okir. Fish Dog Food Factory, Tasty Bites. When final attacks, volume is 1 for 10. Base attacks is hot, fish spice, vanilla. Isn't that the video that Jericho was referring to? Sorry, Convention 26 True Blue. Fortnite Special Spotlight Krogan Edition. Content Cosmic action figures. Guard a Krogan Battlemaster with real Smasher enemies actions. Kill methods. Prevent assassination methods. Human rear approach. Check shoulder to prevent turning. Hands to chin and base skull neck snap. Alternate check and grab shoulder on around throat. Grip jaw single arm neck snap. Sorry, front approach. Throat punch to collapse airway. Arm control lock to neutralize biotics. Advanced hip throw. Grip chin and scalp neck snap. Alternate warp field or biotic barrier. Step past kick to back of leg to collapse knee. Step in with knee to spine. Grip chin, scalp, neck snap. Apparently he prefers to snap necks. Turian side approach. Low kick to knee, grab arm and pull into broken leg lock. As Turian leg stiffens in pain response. Finger stab under jaw if unarmored, or eye grab head fringe neck snap. Alternate front approach. Pair punches to vulnerable plates just below eyes. Drop elbow to collarbone. Front leg sweep while vaulting over target, spinning knee snap. Neck snap. Krogan top approach. Double strike to eye ridge. Slide down between blinded targets, rising arms. Precision nerve strike to throat. Secondary nerve strike to counter blood rage. Quad kick to bend target. Grip each side of skull. Running, leaping, spinning, neck snap. Alternate bomb. That's maybe the longest of or most elaborate takeout approaches that he has. Medical report. Dr. Chocolates. Lung capacity 42%. Left side lung shows large lesions. Right lung has nodular lesions only. Antibiotic treatment now resistant to cidpoxin, Marilarin, and albericin. Metastatic progress, small liver, and heart negligible at this time. Treatment options viable transplant candidate but refused to be added to list. Synthetic lung regeneration currently impossible for Drell. Therapy and care. At this time, Mr. Krios should continue getting regular cardiovascular exercise in order to simulate lung movement and prevent or delay the stiffness that causes lack of oxygen transport. While physical stimulation may also be beneficial in keeping tissue flexible, any injury at this point will dramatically impact Mr. Krios' body and cause rapid degeneration. It is unclear how much longer Fane will be able to survive in direct action. Fane should continue to wear loose clothing that leaves his chest uncovered to prevent moisture buildup that could worsen his problem. The Drill eidetic memory is often beneficial in allowing Drell to escape unpleasant scenes by losing themselves in happier times. In this case, however, Mr. Krios should try to restrict the time spent reminiscing, as prolonged sedentary activity may increase the rate of lung degradation. It suggests that what is best for Mr. Krios currently is to continue to remain active and to engage with other team members in order to stay mentally and emotionally stimulated. Poetry logs. Haiku. Breathless, glinting skin, muscles working in rhythm, cloaked desire watches. Looking at me now, his indifferent I smile. I am a puddle. Beautiful and good. Punishing with his kindness. Jacob is perfect. Man, if she weren't a DLC character, they could probably have shipped these two characters. Focusing go to with a parallel Blue Suns Omega. I understand from my sources that you are looking to expand your collection of antiquities. These are the items I currently have in inventory. I am originally commissioned to obtain them, but when payment was not forthcoming, they became mine. The prices on all items are open to negotiation. In your case, I may prefer favors over credits. Please use the same secure channel to respond. Inventory, Dome Ceremony Headdress Batarian, circa 5788 BDIC, Da Vinci Mona Lisa. That's what happened to it. Human, circa 1505 AD. Complete works of poet Zeshas Fall Vasranak. First edition Quarian. The Ko Ainur Diamond Loose Human. Tritium Battle Spike, approximately 3,000 years old. Original believed to be one of two, but missing his pair. No strange. Shadow Broker, Talivzor, Raya. I know you don't know me. I'm the daughter of Admiral Railzora, and I've run into trouble on my pilgrimage. I am investigating the Sable's Geth and found a recording that seems to indicate that a specter named Saren is working with the Geth. He's betrayed the Council and is working for a group called the Reapers. I'm on the Citadel now, but Saren's people are after me. This is too big for me to deal with. I'm willing to offer you the information in exchange for protection. Are you interested? I'm interested, but you are smart to come to me. I have an enforcer on the Citadel named Fist. He can protect you. Give him the information and let him get you someplace safe. No deal. Saren has turned too many people against me. If we're doing this, I want to meet you in person. I can't trust anyone else. Understood. I'll meet you in person. Fist will set it up. I'm forwarding you the intel on a quarry named Talizora. She wants a meeting, and she's got valuable intel. Get her someplace safe and avoid any intelligence channels. Mr. Saren Arturius is after her. When you get the intel, kill the quarry and any of our operatives who had access to the data. This information cannot be compromised. Top level security, you have to save for the loss of any of your people. Your agent was compromised. He tried to sell me out to Saren. I've turned this information over to the Human Alliance commander named Shepard, and I think I've got all the information I need. Thank you for your offer, and I hope this does not affect any future exchanges. Of course, I apologize for Fist's behavior. Should you ever change your mind, I'd be more than happy to offer my personal protection. Please contact me at your earliest convenience. Keystroke log. Honest tool use. It'll begin new message. Dear Sen and Jordan, I am erase line. To the parents of Mayor Jordan Boss, erase line. My name is Tali Zora Vosnima. This is like newer, I guess. Her last name changes based on, I guess, like the crew that she joined. I'm assuming it's the crew that she joined after she left the Normandy, basically. My name is Talizura Vosnima, and I lead a unit where your son was killed in Haystrom. Partial line erased. Lead a unit on Haystrom where your son died. Partial line erased. Unit on Haystrom where your Jordan died. Save progress. I don't know. I didn't know Mir Jordan well, but he seemed like a good soldier and a brave young erase line. I didn't get a chance to know Mir very well, but erase line. I only served with Mir for a short time, but I was impressed by his bravery and commitment to his people. He died so that I could erase line. He saved me on a sacrifice of his erase line. He gave his life to get data that the Admiralty Board left behind partial erase line, to get data that will one day bring us back to Homeworld. I don't know if that helps. Partial erase line back to Homeworld, and we all honor his sacrifice. Save progress. I regret. I am sorry for you. I understand that you must be erase line. Save drafts and exit. I might actually call it a stream after I read some of these. Notion log 1755 CE. Samara, I have called you together to ask something of you. It's no small thing, but it's for the best. Rilla Falair, are you receiving this? Quite well. Indicate's mother. We're in the common room. Her communicator's too near the door. Door shuts. Try now, mother. This news will be best delivered in person, but I am not allowed to travel before tomorrow. I have something I must do. It is hazardous, and thus I must do it alone. What do you mean hazardous? Tomorrow I take the oath of solitude. It is to prepare me for the other oath, but it means, for you, it is an oath required for all who... I know what it means, mother. I am 42 years old. I have heard of Justicars. Then do you understand why I must do it? No. The life of a Justicar is dangerous. I will make enemies, and they could seek to use you. That I understand. What is not clear is why do you do this in the first place? It is not enough that we live 1,000 light years away from you in a dank fortress, that we have no communicator of our own, but must use this communal one. Do you know what it means to us to hear your voice? I'm sorry, Falair. And now you take that away. That is wounding, but it is the truth. I wish there were some other path. And you called us instead of coming to see us. If I came to see you, I would never leave. You know what that would mean. Is she that terrible, mother? Is she so much of a menace that you would deny us ever seeing you, ever hearing your voice again? My dear, I cannot lose her on the world and pretend I owe her victims nothing. Her crimes are my crimes. In time you may see as I do. Time is a weak salve for a fresh wound. Please do not let anger ruin us. We have all our lives to contemplate the pain and loss. Can we not see from one another's eyes just for a moment? Falair, I don't want to lose you, mother. Not over someone as small as Mirala, or whatever she calls herself now. And Rilla, you have been silent. Are you in accord? I can only say I yearn for you too. Surely you have more than that. Is this the only way you will have any righteousness, mother? It will let me live a just life. And God forbid I take it from you. Rilla terminated today's call. She loves you, mother, and she did not say it, but she does. And you? Can you understand why I must do this? Catch her. Just catch her. Bequeathed by Justicar Samara. Large, good 4-bedroom home in Fessia. Furniture and household appliances. Elko Sapphire family sky car. Jewelry, casual clothing, approximately 20 outfits. Intimate negligees free. Dancing dresses 4. Bond ceremony gown. Bond ceremony bracelet. Hall locket. Image of bondmate children. Reprogrammable. Baby and children clothing various. Miscellaneous lifetime service. Fitness membership pass. First place trophy. Amateur Skyball League. Vid and novel library. Various. Full albums various. Sculpture Samara. And bondmate. Personalized happy birthday mom. Travel mug with photo of Samara and children. Handle cracked and repaired. Some glue marks visible. Memorial sphere, bondmate, birthing creche. Kill list. Okay. Artifacts. Target advisor custom, a unique model based on Kuwashi frame. Shipped to 100%. 100 times. Integrated target tracing, optional wind, gravity, compensation solutions. External LiDAR, thermal, and EM targeting capable. Marked by a figure target within 10 meters of to detect heartbeat fluctuations and changes to breath pattern. Center console races only can detect and measure biotic fields up to 100 meters away and provide optimized firing. There's class connects barriers or synthetic shielding support. Optional kill timer can track numbers of enemies taken down by stealth or suit sync team members in given time period. Armor Hotline provides backtracking of incoming fire and corrects for micro refraction, of outgoing shots for connect barrier. Audio Link plays music per user request. Top 5 choices during firefight: Die for the Cause, Terror Imperial Anthem, Fire in the Courtyard soundtrack, Fleet and Flotilla, Bang Bang Boom, Club Kicks Dance Mix, Hurt Me Deeper, Best of Expel 10, Dance Mix, Blue Azure, Vania, there we go, there's Vania soundtrack. 10 games carved into frame, Arash Montague, Aaron Grading Crawl, Weaver additional name carved in simple bird death, Sonoris. Has a partial transcript of conversation recorded on Normandy's lower decks. So Sasha Turing moves in by the door, ignores my hand signals, and gets hit straight for the visor. Oh my. It's like he was expecting slavers to hand out business cards instead of bullets. Was he right, Italian? Nah, Snapper took his head clean off. Oh dear. Right. It all went to shit after that. We jammed the radio equipment. The slavers got off a shuttle that never came with a bomb. But they're keeping people in that camp. Sure, they lose some credits, but there's always another civilian transport in the terminal systems. So I'm beginning to realize, what did you do? Got the hell out. We killed the captain and the guards like we were hired. I feared the Merc flying the shuttle wouldn't be dumb enough to pull up his own base once we left. What happened? The Blood Pack always did like them incredibly freaking stupid. Gosh danged. A personal note written by Masani to himself after being approached by Cerberus. He writes, in a coast and is popular among terminus systems mercs. See entry for non-set hypertext. This could be it. If the elusive man's money goes through, it's time to get serious about buying a property. Got to narrow it down to a place that could stand for more than a year. Elysium, only the Alliance gets serious about taking out the Batarians and the Verge. So not in my lifetime. Ilium's an easy place for a man to disappear whether he wants it or not. Think I'll pass. Earth's still too bloody crowded. Beckenstein, decent weather, good food, mostly human. Good choice if I can stay under the radar. Eden Prime, best garden world in the galaxy, but nothing's rebuilt but the farms. Hell, maybe I could just buy a ship full of explosives to commit suicide by Omega. Easiest retirement plan I've come up with so far. Extranet log. Here avoids Normandy's extranet connection, works off a prime omnitool line. Search your Citadel Newsnet archive, search term Cerberus and Pragia, Dr. Lucian Miranda Lawson. Like the history of the last decade, signed up on Citadel Newsnet forums, username Jack, or password. Video of Geth attack on Eden Prime, video of Geth attack on Citadel, voice of Commander Shepard's Spectre inauguration, closed after 12 seconds. Video of the crash of the Fort Normandy, interior footage. Video of Alliance vessel escape pod procedures twice. Mass relay locations map, saved local copy. Major shuttle ports in Citadel World, saved local copy. Major shuttle ports in terminal system, saved local copy. Travel warnings list of Citadel no flight zone, saved local copy. Banned from Citadel Newsnet forums, excessive and repeated swearing, derogatory comments and inflammatory comments, circumventing work safe filters. Signed up for Galactic Championship Poker 2100. Play Galactic Championship Poker 2100 15 minutes. Banned from Galactic Championship 2100. Altercation with other players. Chat room moderators. See audio transcript. Use commercial VI program to wipe extranet history. Private message. Dr. Jacqueline Knott, thank you for your submission to the Galactic Poetry Monthly. Regret that you were unable to use your submission at this time. Galactic Poetry Monthly Generally focuses on metered verse, and you may wish to check our guidelines before submitting again. Sincerely, Megan McAaron, Submissions Editor. Text of your submission. My soul burns with fire and of darkness, quenched only in the pain of loneliness. I hold my breath, waiting until spots appear black as the past, and fill I lungs with whys of hope. I mark myself, black and jagged, to cover the scars that make me a monster, a warning that is not a place of honor. No esteemed dead are buried here. Family transcript. Medical facility Eden Prime, 2165. Trap for possible Cerberus involvement. God Kaiser, I'm so sorry. Those things. There's so much about prenatal elements of your exposure that we don't understand. As if a woman. But no, she was fine. She was fine and happy. You told me she needed a checkup. It happened quickly. We were unable to bring her back. You said she needed a checkup. How did this happen? I'm very sorry. I want to see her. No, ma'am, believe me. After what the seizures did to the poor child's body, you don't. I know how did this happen? We don't know. I'll be honest. This isn't the first infant we've lost this way. Why, God, why? We're working on treatments. The government doesn't put much effort into it, though. Don't want to interfere with their biotic recruitment. Sons of bitches. Those sons of bitches! Listen, this may not be the right time, but if you'd be willing to let us study your baby's body, we can do some tests. Do you want to keep her? I don't want another family to go through what you went through. Okay, yes, whatever helps. Thank you so much. The nurse will have you sign forms. I'm so sorry, man. Unidentified woman's leaves at this point. DC, open a secure channel. Authorization 3362. Yes, it's me. I've got a candidate. Yes, highest potential I've seen in years. Now family has been dealt with. Send a team from Prague ASAP. Workout routine. Do we really workout entertainment? Blasto, the jellyfish stings. Making a Blasto, the jellyfish stings. Old Jeller, Centennial Remastered Edition. Authority Confessions 26 True Blue. Dear Mr. Taylor, it is with great regret that I learned of your resignation from the Alliance military. In your many years of service, you have proven yourself an exemplary Marine. You have been invaluable asset to the Alliance military and will miss your expertise and loyalty. It's for this reason that I prepared to offer you a promotion to the rank of First Lieutenant along with your corresponding raise in pay grade. I would welcome you as an addition to my company. I hope you will give my offer due consideration. Personally look forward to your response. Lieutenant Colonel Hashim Banks, 1st Earth Division Special Forces Alliance Military. Ronald son, if you're reading this and I am gone, with the inherent dangers of these missions, it seems foolish not to have letters like this ready. So I'm sending this before we get too far from our last relay. I remember the look on your face when I left. You wanted to ask me not to go, but you didn't. You've grown to be a wise young man with a strong sense of duty. I wish to take that credit for that, but it has more to do with who you are than anything I taught you. The truth is, I haven't been around enough, and if you're reading this, then I'm going to have the chance. I'm never going to have a chance to fix that. My job is an important one, but a man can't hide behind the pressures of work. This is to be my last trip. Easy for me to say now, I know, but the money from this expedition would have let me settle down with you and your mother to carve out some kind of peaceful, quiet life far away from the pressure of space. But before I left, you were talking about the alliance, joining the alliance. I hope you find the same kind of peace and camaraderie with your team that I found with Gernsback on the Gernsback. I love you, son. I am proud of the man you've become. I wish I could have told you that one last time. I've got only 2 more left. HQ mission report. Project Firebreak. Turian patrol ship Indomitable contact by assisting. The extraction team. Indomitable breaks position worker DMC to render assistant. Sensor coverage. Touchdown landing. Commander Karahi performs final review of drop parameters. The specialist Solus suggests change in plan. We're informed that plan will not be changing unless parameters shift. Specialist Solus suggests Commander Karahi has obstruction into Kuwait. Okay. Operative Rentola detects incoming Waylock scouts. Scouts neutralize Rentola, treated for minor injuries after assisting Specialist Solus, as if failure to land undetected constitutes parameter shift. Commander Karahi suggests operation may proceed as planned. Specialist Solus suggests conical obstruction is in fact in Karahi's cranium. Team leaves the Shock 16 and proceeds toward primary drop point, Waylock Agri Center. Where Waylock Agri Center reached, team splits when distracted team led by Operative Rentola drawing Waylock scouts from the area. Primary team disables solar array. Waylock workers leave Agri Center to repair solar array. Primary team injured Agri Center. Mission specialist Solus performs water and soil tests to ensure proper payload dispersal. The extraction team breaks radio silence, informs primary team that Waylock group returning. Specialist Solus asks whether this constitutes parameter shift. Commander Karahi suggests that Specialist Solus is in fact a walking Kaleka, restates the importance of holding the line. Waylock team arrives at Center and initiates close quarters combat. Operatives Jirin and Chorl killed. Specialist Melon and operatives Heshu and Shinnok seriously injured. Waylock team killed in entirety. Last member prevented from broadcasting alarm due to Specialist Solus stabbing Waylock guard through eye with pitchfork, suggesting sending injuries to face and right cranial horn in process. Sergeant team arrives to provide relief. Commander Karahi knows parameter shift, suggests Rentola take injured team member back to ship while he and the remainder of team attempt to hit secondary drop point. Despite injuries to face and head, Specialist Solus refuses to return to ship, noting need for soil and water analysis at secondary site. Karahi suggests Solus is one tough Kaleka. Specialist Milan, greatly distracted by discovery that Agri Center was staffed by female Krogan, including guards killed in attack. Specialist Solus calms colleague and provides sedative. Specialist Milan returns to ship with other injured team members. After the team finishes disposal of bodies and heads for secondary drop point, Waylock Hospital. After the team infiltrates the hospital is detected, Specialist Solus determines chemical makeup of soil and water. Follow within necessary parameters. Payload dispersed into water and food. At the team's return to ship, Specialist Solus declines treatment, insists on providing additional care to Shinnok and Melon. Specialist Melon makes formal protests suggesting actions against female Krogan violate mission parameters of maintaining population levels without negatively impacting culture. Specialist Solus requests protests to be stricken from record due to Melon's injured condition. Commander Karahi concurs Melon given additional sedatives, unconscious for remainder of operation, for restriction from permitted copy of report. SCG vessel Veshok 16 lifts off, departing through existing center gap. Mission complete. Bibliography. Published works. First biter only. Treatment modulates utilizing redundant nervous systems. Dispersal vectors in compromised ecosystems. Genetic consequences. Sequencing methods to prevent tissue cloning. Cross-species contamination in xenoplague potential. Testing modulates for Varen and Pyjax. Disease in population stability, indoctrination, progression, and mental degradation. Classified STG. Biological vectors and social effect. Classified STG. Second stage viral manipulation and modifications. Classified STG. For potential analysis, Turian. Classified as Humanisare Batarian. Production credits: The Pirates of Penzance Interspecies Community Theater as Major General Stanley. Lowland Interspecies Community Theater as Lord Chancellor. Hamlet Interspecies Edition Francis K. Community Theaters as Polonius. Science Fund Today as himself, guest. Science Roundtable writes of the patient as himself. The fact of faith as himself guessed. Failing transcript. And I can't, unintelligible. Call. Dr. Ava, damn it. Time of death, 2217. Need to remove body, sanitize area. Not that sanitation matters. Same plague. Still, no need to risk further infection. How can you, shouldn't you we do something for him? Why? Batarian belief in afterlife involves soul leaving body through eyes. Treatment of corpse unimportant by cultural standards. Unless eyes removed by enemies. Very insulting. We just lost another patient. Yes, more patients than time. Impossible to save everyone. Go crazy if you try. So save who you can. Move on. Save more if we hurry. We shouldn't be in here waiting for people to come to us. We should be out there getting medicine to them. I can go. No, pointless. Already more than enough patients here. Can't risk combat with Fortra or gangs. Better to save those than who can make effort to come to us. Doctor, there are blue soldiers, blue suns outside. They're asking for all humans to come out. Of course, I expected as much. Losing Dvorsha, need to establish dominance. We'll speak with them. Daniel, remove corpse. Get next patient. Still more to save. Send footsteps. Solus leaves. So he's going to turn sober than him, is he? I don't think so. Listen, when he gets back, tell him I took some of the cure. I'm going to go out and help. But just tell him. Send footsteps. Agent leaves. You can't. Oh my God! Sound of gunfire. What's going on? Send footsteps. Solus returns. Get up. Danger is past. Blue Suns didn't expect resistance. Foolish of them. Won't make that mistake again. No chance to, I suppose. Please, up. Need you to bring in this patient. Wait, medical supplies missing. Corpse not removed. Where is Daniel? He said, went to slums, trying to help those go too sick to come in? Yes. His decision. Hope he lives. Can't help him now. Too busy. Bring next patient. That's probably as close as I can get to his to his cadence. Well, this is a lot. Saving you a lot. For urgent message. Image searches for Shepard, Sarah, and Spectre. Message. News summary for Edfil Ashland Energy. Subscription activated after dark fashions. Subscription cancelled. Biotech Research Quarterly. Fit book purchases. Men are from Omega, women are from Ilium. From iPartner Connections. Miss Lawson, username Lawbringer SR2. We reviewed your application to join the iPartner group and are happy to accept you into the exclusive Diamond Circle, where the best meet the best. iPartner is proud to present you with the exclusive Diamond Circle benefits. Access your account as often as you wish. Unrestricted membership. Search across 23 systems. Review potential iPartners in full 360 vision. iPartner reserves the right to censor inappropriate submissions. Guaranteed first choice placement of your personal dossier questions. Ask your iPartner representative. Welcome iPartner Connections executive. Matches for selected people. To Lawbringer SRT from Perfect Man 01. Hey there, new to this iPartner stuff? Yes. Well, maybe tell me about yourself. What sort of work do you do? I can't talk about that. Like some kind of dangerous government spy stuff? Sounds dangerous. Heh. Yes. Okay, how about a little about you? What do you do for fun? Look, I don't really care about getting to know you. Upload your required medical exam results. Sure, uploading. You had a mild case of shin tunnel abraxas 4 years ago. Yes, but the doctor has disconnect. Thank you for using TTI Partner Connections. TrueGent forever. Oh, my love is like a red, red rose that is new sprung. Disconnect. Interrelay text chat. Okay. High Roller LCJ. Hey, baby, how about a sweet pic? Let's get this disconnect. Oh, this is incredible. No gains 411. Uploading medical. Looks clean. Yes. Apartment block D 2221 2130. Anything I should disconnect. Medical correspondence. From Ilium Medical Center prenatal care dependent RA test results patient 126681. Ms. Lawson, as part of your request for privacy, the message will be removed from our database upon confirmation of sender integrity. While I cannot firmly attribute the cause of the benign neoplasm to the irregularity in your genetic makeup, we can confirm that the progressive damage renders you unable to conceive a child. About 12% of human women ages 18 to 54 have difficulty getting pregnant or staying pregnant, according to data obtained from the Institute of Species Research. There are many support groups if you wish to discuss your condition, and several options available should you wish to consider the adoption of a child. If you require further consultation, please contact our communications officer. That's depressing.
A Palvin agent has obtained the equipment used to record the General Partenax and Kilix Tanis duel.
Okay, we'll return to Normandy and call a stream for now, and then turn in like an hour or two. Okay. So here's all the patrons. For one patron, Eric McMahon. Thank you for your $10 contribution. For more information about how you can become a patron, you can go to patreon.com/pixelsplays. It was like the rewards and all that other stuff. Well, that was pretty interesting. We only had like really one mission and then a bunch of reading. Hey, like it was like really cool, you know, able to actually resolve the Shepard Liara relationship, more or less. Hopefully when I come back I'll be able to just turn on the living room lamp and this whole thing will be resolved. But in any case, you can also, if you don't feel like contributing to Patreon, you can do all the little things that will just take a few seconds of your time. Also like our page on Facebook to get some updates about stuff. But in any case, thanks for watching, and until next time, sayonara.